My name is Emily. I am 27 years old. I live in Austin, Texas. I want to tell you a story. It is not an easy story, but it is a true story. It is my story. I met James when I was 21. He was tall, funny, and kind. He made me laugh when the world felt gray. He looked at me like I was sunlight. At that time, I was working in a small bookstore. He came in to buy a book for his mother. We started to talk, and he asked for my number. 2 weeks later, we went on our first date. I wore my favorite dress. My hands were shaking, but my heart was dancing. We sat in a little cafe near the river. He talked about music, family, dreams, and I listened like I was hearing poetry for the first time. That day, something in me opened, a quiet door. I think I fell in love. For the next year, we were always together. He brought me flowers, not just roses, but wildflowers. He said they reminded him of me. We walked under trees, kissed under stars. He held my hand like it was something fragile. And when he said, "Emily, I love you. I want to be with you forever," I believed every word. My heart whispered, "This is home." We moved in together after 2 years. I was happy. I thought he was too. But love can be quiet when it begins to fade. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. He started coming home late. His hugs grew shorter. His eyes didn't hold me like before. He stared at his phone like it was more alive than me. One night I asked, "Is everything okay?" He said, "I'm just tired." But tired eyes don't lie like that, and my heart, it knew. One afternoon, while he was in the shower, I saw a message on his phone. It said, "Last night was perfect. I miss you already." The words hit me like cold water on warm skin. I couldn't breathe. The world turned quiet. I asked him, "Who is she?" He looked away. And in that moment, I knew. When he finally spoke, he said, "It's nothing, just a mistake." But to me, it was an earthquake. It broke everything I had built inside. That night, I cried until my pillow was soaked. It held more of me than he ever did. He didn't try to hold me. He didn't even look sorry, just silent. The next morning, I packed a bag. I went to my sister's house. I told her everything. She didn't speak right away. She just pulled me close and whispered, "You are not alone." And I held on to her like a child in the storm. For many weeks, I moved through life like a ghost. Food had no taste. Music felt like noise. I kept asking myself, why did he do this? Was I not enough? But deep inside, another voice, small but strong, whispered, "This is not your fault." Still, the pain stayed. It followed me into every room. It sat beside me in silence. 1 month later, James came to see me. He said, "I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I want you back." My heart was confused. A part of me still loved him. But another part, the part that had slept too long, was finally awake. I told him, "I don't trust you anymore." His eyes filled with tears. Mine did too. But I didn't say yes. I didn't go back. That was the hardest goodbye I ever gave. But also the bravest. I moved into a small apartment near the bookstore. I started painting again. I hadn't touched a brush in years. One day, I painted a woman standing in the rain. Her eyes were full of sadness, but she was still standing. I looked at the painting and said to myself, "That's me." I began taking slow walks. I felt the sun again. I let the wind touch my skin without fear. I talked to my sister more, and slowly I laughed again. One afternoon, in the park, a dog ran up to me. Behind him was a woman named Grace. She smiled and said, "I think he likes you." We laughed, and just like that, a new friendship began. Weeks later, I told her my story. She took my hand and said, "You didn't just survive, Emily. You chose to live." That night, I cried again. But this time, the tears were soft, like rain on flowers, not storms, just healing. Months passed. I wasn't fully healed, but I was learning to grow from the cracks. Some days I still think of James. I still miss the version of him I loved, but I don't wish for him back. I wish for peace, and I give it to myself. I learned that love should never make you feel small. Love should never make you question your worth. Love is not just about holding hands, it's about holding truth. Now, I don't wait for someone to save me. I speak for myself. I stand for myself. And when I look in the mirror, I see a woman who walked through fire and came out glowing. I am soft, I am strong, and I am still becoming. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe the channel. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon.